Welcome to Marketecture, where you can get smart fast with in-depth interviews of leading technology vendors. I'm Ari Paparo. Today I'm joined by Casey Saran, the CEO and founder of Spaceback. Casey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ari. Good to see you.
So what does Spaceback do?
So Spaceback is a creative automation platform that turns social media posts into production-ready ads. We noticed that there was a huge just difference in the kind of content, quality of content, and the frequency of content that brands are creating in social media. A lot of brands are now social first, and some display ads can seem more like an afterthought in terms of kind of quality and how relationship driven they are. So we allow brands to authentically recreate social experiences in ad units across display, video, and now CTV.
Is that primarily for social ads being repurposed to banner ads, or social content being repurposed to banner ads?
Yeah, good question. The product works with both. We actually see a lot of like dark posts or ads on Instagram that are being used to turn into ads that can run outside of Instagram. But I'd say the original vision was mostly around using organic content and being able to help brands break through like ad blindness, get much higher engagement, attention, because what users are seeing in these ad units are fundamentally not ads. They are pieces of content. They're pieces of content that the brand created and people are liking and following, and who can choose to see anything. So really the reason we even call the company Spaceback is we want to give people their space back, or help people take their space back. Okay. So organic content a lot of times looks and feels even less like an ad, and a lot of times that is what makes this type of content really effective in ad units. Is that people don't have the same kind of response to ignore the space automatically, and ultimately our goal is to change the relationship people have with ad space through putting more interesting, more helpful, more friendly, more relationship driven content there instead of the ads that they're used to.
So that sounds good in theory, but what social content makes a good ad? Can you give me some examples?
Well, I would start out by saying pretty much any piece of social content out.
You've never seen my Twitter feed.
Well, usually, and I mean, in terms of most brands are creating really good content for social media. I do follow you on Twitter, Ari, and it is quite entertaining. But I don't know if that would be the right type of content to use in the Spaceback platform.
Right. So, but what are we talking about images on Instagram, or tweets, or what's a good piece of content that makes a good ad?
Yeah. Usually, so the most commonly used platforms that we see in our platform, or that we see used in Spaceback, are Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok now is growing a lot. Video is, I'd say, close to half, if not over half, of the ads that we're serving now. Our platform was originally built when display was, when we first emerged, the primary type of content used, both still image post and carousel post. Carousel posts are great in ad units because they offer another level of interactivity that is familiar and people already know how to use them. But yeah, I'd say carousel, image, video posts are the best. And we also support LinkedIn and Pinterest and Twitter as well. Twitter, we probably see, or X, we probably see used more internationally. LinkedIn is really popular for our B2B partners, obviously, who might not have stronger presence on Instagram. But for most kind of consumer brands, products, we see Instagram is probably the primary platform used.
So at the risk of sounding stupid, the brand is creating a social post, and they own the assets. They may be using an agency to create that social post. Why can't they just create an ad from it? Why do they need you?
They can, and they do, and they've been doing that long before Spaceback existed. I think the challenge in that is it's very hard to authentically recreate a social post in another environment. So what brands have done for a long time is maybe there'll be an image that's created on social, and they will turn it into an ad. They'll add a click here, buy now button. They'll remove the brand avatar. Like all of these edits, a lot of times are slow down the process and end up taking something that was a social post and turning it into something that looks like an ad. I'd say the biggest value of Spaceback is automation and authenticity. One is instantaneous. So if a brand has something on social, we can allow them to activate. I think we've had launches happen within 10 minutes of someone building their first ad unit in Spaceback, because it spits out the ad tag right there that they can activate, where a brand doing it kind of the way that you proposed, Ari, the old school way, would still cost a lot of time, money, human resources, where we can automate that process. And then we also have quite a few kind of components of this that really couldn't be done the old school way. For example, having real-time likes, comments, follower accounts, these elements of social that really promote the authenticity of it, that, you know, show people this isn't just a picture of an Instagram post that, you know, is in an ad unit somewhere else. It's really a living, breathing Instagram post that's, you know, wired up to recreate that experience. And you know, there was something kind of funny on Jimmy Kimmel a few months ago, where a woman did some TikTok dances on TV. And a lot of people talked about how it did not translate well to a late night show, having a woman doing TikTok dances.
I believe that, yeah.
And I you know, that's exactly kind of, or ties into, you know, my answer here is that what we're really good at is authentically recreating that social experience, so it doesn't feel like a knockoff social, you know, content living outside the walled gardens. It's really about capturing the familiar look and feel of social media, and kind of changing the relationship that someone has with that space.